Was the earth created in 7 days versus science hypothesis that it was created over billions of years?
So here's the thing. There are lots of different views on this, and very sincere Christians hold very sincere differing views on this. So Genesis 1 would seem to indicate that the Bible was created in 6 days. Now, there's this old theory that actually dates back to the beginning of the 1800s. This is before Darwin and evolution and all that stuff, that looked at Genesis 1, verses 1 and 2. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and then verse 2 is the earth was formless and void, and darkness was hovering over the surface of the waters. That's the creation of the world, and then the 6 days are kind of when God puts together orders, okay, kind of assembles what he's already created in Genesis 1, 1, and 2. And there's been a debate over a long time as to how long of a time period there is between verse 2 and verse 3 of Genesis 1. And so kind of the short answer is, do we know exactly how old creation is? Well, no. If you go back all the way to Augustine would say, I'm not quite sure how old all of this is. These are not new questions. These are not just post-Darwin questions. These are very old and ancient questions. And so on the one hand, we need to take the Bible very seriously. It seems to indicate that God speaks, and it was, and there it is. And you know what? I take that seriously. I believe that. I take that as historical record. On the other hand, does that answer every single question that we have as to the precise age of the earth? Well, no, it doesn't.
And I think that's a great launching off point to make another comment. For myself, I believe in 7 days of creation. I read it, I believe it, that's what I have in my heart and mind. But that doesn't mean that everyone has to hold that same view to be a member of the Christian church or to be a follower of Jesus. There's a broad spectrum. As Pastor Zach mentioned, even Augustine wasn't sure about the 7 days. And so the reality is we don't have to agree on every point. There are primary core doctrines that are absolutely essential. It's the very comment that I made with the little ones here. We've got to understand that we are saved not by the things we do or by being good. We're saved by grace alone through the cross of Jesus Christ. That's essential. But the whole issue of creation, there's latitude. And while we have particular views and we hold a particular view, and while Pastor Zach and I believe in the 7 days of creation, having a view outside of that or being unsure about that and how it all works, that doesn't exclude you from the family of faith. That just means that you're trying to work through a question to which the Bible does not have a definitive and clear answer. As Zach said, even believing in the 7 days of creation, there are questions that we can't answer about how all of that works. And so I love the fact that within our faith, there's room for more than one point of view in many of these questions that are not core beliefs, those primary doctrines.